Hi, today we will look into Liskov substitution principle, which is the L in the solid principle. It states that if you have a base class and a subclass inheriting from that base class, then the subclass should be substitutable for the base class. The compiler already enforces this as you can only substitute a derived class in a method argument that expects a base class. Does that mean all code that compiles conforms to this principle? Or how do we know if LSP is violated? Watch this video until the end to understand this with a simple example. I will be using C# console application with Visual Studio 2022. Consider an abstract class called company with an abstract method called getEmployees which will return a collection of string. And the abstract class has a concrete method called count which will return the number of employees for that specific company. I have created another class called Microsoft which derives from the abstract class company and it overrides the method getEmployees. This method will return a hard-coded string as a collection as shown here. Now let us create a client which will use these classes. I have created a class called client and that has a static void main method. I'm instantiating the Microsoft class and I'm getting the list of employees here. And what I do is I'm adding a new employee. Once that is done, I'm console.writing it with the details of the list of available employees. Let us run this example and see what it looks like. As you can see, it lists two employees, one that has been added in the Microsoft class and the second one that has been added through the client. Now I will create a second class called Twitter that inherits from the same abstract class company. But here I am going to return a read-only collection instead of the collection that was written in the Microsoft class. So as per LSP, I should be able to substitute Microsoft with Twitter. Now let us run this code and see what happens. You can see that we get a system.not supported exception. Collection is read-only. Why is this? This is because the read-only collection, if you could right-click and go to the source, you could see that the read-only collection inherits from ilist of t and ilist, but if you go and see this add and clear methods, throw not export supported exception is being thrown. So that is the reason we get this error. This is a classic example of LSP being violated because at compile time we didn't get any error, but when we try to run it we are getting an exception. And yes, this violation is in the .NET library itself because although read-only collection extends or inherits from ilist of t, it doesn't fully implement all of its interface functionally. How can we fix this? We can change the abstract class to return a collection instead of iCollection. So I'm going to change this, and so I have to change in both the derived classes. If I make this change, you can see that immediately the compiler throws an error saying that it cannot be, the read-only collection cannot be converted into a collection. So this is one way of ensuring that derived class follows the LSP. LSP violation generally means the inheritance hierarchy is not designed properly. In this case, although it's a .NET class, it doesn't implement the functionality of ilist which it inherits from. It just throws an error in most of the cases like add, clear, insert, etc. This is a code smell. We have seen the cause. What is the potential solution? The solution is to segregate the base class interface into two or more interfaces. In the above case, we could have read-only collection interface without the add and remove methods and have read-only collection class inherit from read-only collection. And this is what interface segregation principle is all about. What are the signs of LSP violation? The first one is throwing not implemented exception in the derived class for any of the overridable methods. So this we saw an example in read-only collection of the .NET class library. The second one is handling special cases based on the run type of an object in an otherwise generic code. What it means is, in our code, if I change this code to check if employees is a read-only collection, then skip this, then this is what I mean by handling special cases based on the runtime type of an object in otherwise generic code. So these are the some signs of LSP violation. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you learned something. Please share this with your friends whom you think might also find useful.